My 5-year-old daughter whispered, "Mommy, there's a monster outside my window." "Sweetie, monsters aren't real," I told my daughter Maddie, ushering her back to her room. She held onto my arm. "No, it's real." He goes tap, tap, tap on the window and says, "Maddie, help," she whimpered, pointing at her window. I paused. Kids don't usually add details to their stories like this. I walked over to the window and noticed the branches on the tree, swaying with the breeze. I sighed and smiled in relief. "See, sweetie? It's just the branches making shadows and tapping on the glass." I drew the blinds shut and quickly tucked her into bed, placing a light kiss on her forehead. "But the monster said my name," Maddie whispered as I exited the door. I went back down to finish washing up the dishes when my 9-year-old son, Christian, appeared in the hallway looking pale and shaken. "Mom, someone's in the backyard." This time, I was a lot more alert. It was one thing for a small kid to talk about monsters. It's another to have your almost preteen son talk about seeing people at night. "Go upstairs to your sister," I told him, trying to keep my voice calm. I carefully peeked through the blinds, and sure enough, there was a figure standing by the swing set, facing the house, standing absolutely still. My heart raced as I reached for the light switch for the backyard. The instant the lights turned on, I burst out into laughter. It was the kids' punching mannequin from their karate class. I quickly snapped a picture and climbed up the steps to show the kids. "See, it's nothing but your practice dummy. Now, no more nonsense tonight, okay? You both have school tomorrow." And just like that, the crazy night was over, or so I thought. I was walking past Maddie's room when I heard the tapping. Not tree branches, but deliberate knocking on glass. "Maddie," I called out. No response. I checked inside her room and saw her sleeping, then heard the tapping again with a male voice calling out, "Maddie," just like she told me. I drew back the curtains and saw the silhouette of a man with 2 eyes staring in. I fell onto the floor and crawled over to Maddie, who was sitting up in bed crying. "It's the monster." No, it wasn't a monster. It was a man trying to enter the house through her window. The window handle started jiggling violently. I grabbed my kids and ran to my room to hide them. "Mom, he was at my school yesterday," Christian whispered. Suddenly, everything went silent. The jiggling stopped. No more tapping, nothing, just the sound of the back door handle turning. Downstairs to the door I had forgotten to deadbolt. "Hello?" A deep voice called out. Heavy footsteps crossed the kitchen floor and headed towards the stairs. "Help me with this," I whispered to them as we pushed tables, cabinets, and other furniture in my room to barricade the door, just before the monster could find us. I hid the kids inside the closet while I reached for anything I could use as a weapon. "Sarah, I know you're up there. This has gone on long enough. I just want to see my kids," the man called out. "Maddie, Christian, Daddy's here. Come unlock the door for Daddy," he said sternly like a parent. Maddie's face seemed to soften at his voice. She jumped out of the closet and started reaching for the door. "That's not a monster. That's Daddy," she giggled. Christian pulled his little sister back and stared at me. "Is that Dad? You told us he's gone. You said he doesn't want us," he muttered. My ex-husband started pounding on the door, his voice growing angrier. "You kidnapped our kids. Hand them over or I'm breaking down this door." And I heard the police sirens in the distance growing